NFL Draft Day is here, so I'm ranking my top 10 number 1 overall picks since the year 2000. Let's go. Cracking the list in the number 10 spot is Baker Mayfield. Mayfield led the Cleveland Browns to their first playoff win since the team returned to Cleveland in 1999. In the long run, it's really looking like the Browns made a huge mistake letting Baker go. Landing at number 9 is Carson Palmer, a truly underrated quarterback from this era. Palmer led the Bengals to 2 playoff appearances, and he has the 15th most passing yards of all time and the 15th most passing touchdowns of all time. In the number 8 spot is Jared Goff. Goff had a really solid start to his career with the Rams, led him to a Super Bowl appearance, and now with the Lions, he has evolved and taken off as one of the best pure passers in the game. At number 7 is Andrew Luck. Based off pure talent alone, Luck could have almost been number 1 on this list, but as we all know, injuries cut his career short at the age of 29. Honestly, one of the greatest what-ifs in the history of the sport based off pure talent. Rolling in at number 6 is another all-time talent who had their career derail for a different set of reasons, and that is Michael Vick. Vick, based off pure talent alone, could have been an all-time great, and he's still an NFL icon and somebody who truly revolutionized the quarterback position. If it wasn't for the off-field dogfighting stuff, who knows what could have been. Landing at number 5 is Joe Burrow, arguably the best pure passer in the NFL today. Going to be a perennial MVP candidate for the next decade. One of those guys who will probably win a Super Bowl, and the fact he took the Bengals to the Super Bowl is a huge accomplishment as it is. Has a chance to end up number 1 on this list when it's all said and done. At number 4 is Cam Newton. I gave him the edge over Burrow because Cam Newton did win an MVP. Based off pure talent alone, Cam is one of the greatest number 1 picks of all time. If it wasn't for injuries that derailed his career and kind of changed the way he played the game based off his athleticism, kind of limited some of that held him back. But based off pure talent, leading the Panthers to a Super Bowl and winning an MVP, I got to give him his credit as the 4th best number 1 pick of the 2000s. At number 3 is Myles Garrett, one of the best pass rushers in the 2000s. One of those guys who's a top 3 pass rusher year in and year out. He's won Defensive Player of the Year, and realistically, he's the only thing keeping the Cleveland Browns from being an absolute joke. At number 2 is Matthew Stafford, easily the greatest quarterback in Lions history. That's your goal when you draft a guy number 1. Stafford took over an 0-16 team, and by his 3rd season, he had the Lions in the playoffs, and he's been the facilitator between 2 of the best single-season receiving totals in NFL history with Cooper Kupp and Calvin Johnson. Drum roll, please. Landing in the top spot, Eli Manning. Look, people like to knock on Eli, but he's honestly underrated at this point. 2-time Super Bowl champion, the only man who could slow down the Patriots dynasty. Eli was a flat-out winner in big spots, and that's what matters most. When you draft a guy, you want to win. Winning 2 Super Bowls, that's the ultimate goal. You got to give the Giants credit with that pick and Eli the top spot.